Alright guys, let me know if this makes any sense to you. They have two phenomenal Spotlight Hours. They were extremely popular. A lot of people were really excited about them. And then for the third one, they decide to do something different. They decide to give us no Spotlight Hour during a Spotlight Hour.
Huh? Huh?
Yeah, I'm going to be talking about the Spotlight Hour that we just had, and I'm going to be voicing why I think Niantic should not do this again, but I also want to give credit to Niantic. There was some positivity with this Spotlight Hour that does need to be highlighted, but yeah, let's just talk about it. How's it hanging, everyone? It's me, It's Count here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I want to talk about that Spotlight Hour that we had yesterday. A lot of people are really disappointed about it. Some people were actually pretty happy about it. So I want to talk about all of the positives and the negatives of the way Niantic did that Spotlight Hour. But real quick, if it's your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget that little bell as well so you stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel possible. Every little bit helps, so definitely go and check out my Patreon page if you want to support this channel financially. And yeah, I left a lot of nice little perks for you to enjoy, so definitely go and check that out. Alright, yeah, so let's talk about the Spotlight Hour that we just had. So, for the first two Spotlight Hours that we've had so far in Pokemon Go, ever since they announced this new feature, this new in-game event, we've been having some great success. A lot of people were really happy about Onix and Spoink, even though these shinies were not necessarily meta-relevant, but a lot of people were hyped up for the increased spawns, and it was pretty exciting. It was kind of like a mini community day that was a little bit rushed. Like, you really had a limited amount of time to pick up a shiny if you did not have a shiny of a Spoink or an Onix. So it was pretty fun. It was pretty exciting. A lot of us were just going out and grinding and farming, and overall it was a very positive experience. And because those first two Spotlight Hours were such a positive experience, I was really looking forward to what they would do for this next Spotlight Hour, especially considering there's just a lot of different Pokemon that they could choose from in order to spotlight. But tell me if this makes any sense to you. What if you decide to spotlight every Pokemon as opposed to just one? Does a Pokemon actually get the spotlight? No. That means nothing gets the spotlight. As much as you give everyone the spotlight, that means nobody is going to get the spotlight. So I just did not understand why they did not pick a specific Pokemon to have as the spotlight Pokemon for this Spotlight Hour. Instead, they opted to just go with an increased spawn rate event for just 1 hour. And they really didn't even have to call it a Spotlight event. They could have called it like a special 1 hour of getting increased spawns, like something like that. Like, when we think of spotlights, we think of one Pokemon getting highlighted, getting their time in the limelight, their 15 minutes of fame, or in this case, their 60 minutes of fame for 1 day out of the week. And of course, that is not what we ended up getting. So understandably, a lot of people were confused about it. There were a lot of people who were really disappointed about it. But in general, this is what Niantic ended up deciding to do. I was really thinking and hoping that they would do something really special and something really cool, especially because we just had a phenomenal Valentine's Day event. Maybe they could have had Chansey be the spotlight Pokemon, or even if they could have done something very creative, like have one of the runner-ups of the vote that we had for the February Community Day as the spotlight Pokemon. That would have been a really cool way to introduce a new shiny. But instead, what we ended up getting is just a whole bunch of increased spawns for an hour. And don't get me wrong, I actually really enjoyed it. I got a whole bunch of Stardust, I got a whole bunch of catches, and a whole bunch of candies for a lot of Pokemon that I use for mass evolving. So in general, it was still a positive experience. It was just a bit of a letdown that Niantic decided not to do a specific Pokemon, especially because the first two Spotlight Hours were really successful in my opinion. yeah, sure, not a lot of people are going to be excited about Spoink. And yeah, shiny Spoink is not going to be at the top of a lot of people's shiny desire list. But in any case, it was still a fun event and it was still pretty cool. But instead, what we got was a whole bunch of generic Pokemon. I could not tell you how many Rattatas and Pidgeys and Natus that I ended up getting. And instead of getting some really special Pokemon, aside from one random wild Chansey, I was just there to collect a lot of Stardust and a lot of candy, and it wasn't necessarily that big of a special, impactful event. And I really hope that for the next Spotlight Hours, Niantic decides to do what they did and not try to fix something that wasn't broken. Obviously, I think they were trying to experiment a little bit. You know, they had the first two be specific Pokemon, and then they had the third one be kind of like a placebo of sorts, like they just had a whole bunch of Pokemon as opposed to just one, and see how the community reacted. But I really think Niantic is going to get the message that we want a traditional Spotlight Hour of sorts, where they pick a specific Pokemon and have a whole bunch of those spawn everywhere. I think that was the better model, and I really hope we as a community voice that to Niantic so that they are fully aware of how they should be doing Spotlight Hours in the next coming months. I mean, for crying out loud, if they did a Spotlight Hour for one specific Pokemon every week, that would be 52 different Pokemon, and there's definitely more than 52 Pokemon currently in Pokemon Go. They didn't even need to do a Pokemon that currently has a shiny for it to be exciting. Like, if they did something like Darumaka, or even something like Timber, or something else, like something like that would have been exciting, and it would have gotten a lot of people active and involved. I think that's the beauty about these Spotlight Hours. It doesn't necessarily have to be this big shiny hunt, because of course a lot of people have pointed out that the shiny rates do not get increased during these Spotlight Hours, so it's not even meant to be something that you specifically use to get shinies. Although it can be that, it doesn't necessarily have to be that. So yeah, I really hope Niantic considers that when it comes to these Spotlight Hours, they have a lot of potential, and I really hope they utilize it to the fullest. So yeah, that's all my thoughts for the Spotlight Hour. I just wanted to talk about this past one because it was a really weird one. A lot of people were really unhappy about it, but some people were pretty positive about it, and I really feel like Niantic needs to find that Goldilocks level with these Spotlight Hours in order for them to be special and in order for them to be very popular. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. What did you think about this past Spotlight Hour? Were you disappointed that a specific Pokemon was not highlighted, or did you actually enjoy the extra farming and the extra Stardust? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I am Count Jinsula, and I'll catch you all later. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Before I end this video, I want to talk about how you can support this channel financially. If you really enjoy my content and you want to chip in, well, definitely check out the link in the description below. It will take you to my Patreon page, and that is how you can support this channel. And on top of all of that, I left a lot of nice, cool perks for you. If you really want to support my channel, then you will not go empty-handed. I will continue to improve the quality of my videos, but at the same time, I will add you to my friends list. I will give you a shout out in my videos. Speaking of a shout out, check out these patrons down below. They are the ones supporting my channel, and so can you. So definitely go and check it out. And for everyone who supports my channel, thank you. So there you have it, everyone. That's going to be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button as well. I am Count Jinsula, and I'll catch you all later.